richer and a little more pleasant, they practice Huga. Yay. And it's about creating a life that is cozy and simple and uncomplicated. It's about hunkering down for the winter and making your life feel peaceful. And in that peaceful place, allowing an opportunity to meet with friends in a deep, rich way. It's not like entertaining friends. It is much richer. It's the coming together in harmony and in love and in a deeper, richer communication. Another sort of translation for that word, Huga, is tucked in. So it's as if you're tucked in with your friends, your companions, your soulmates. And from that quiet place, that deeper, richer place, there's a connection that is almost magical. I imagine that you have experienced that time yourself. That after having had a lovely meal with friends, having a few laughs, there settles in a deeper conversation. A conversation that allows you to be vulnerable, to be real, to be rich, and to be who and what you genuinely are. And there's such a magical, glorious feeling about that, isn't there? And sometimes that same kind of feeling fills this room. That sort of tucked in, cozy communication that is rich and full, and you feel safe, and you feel as though you can be vulnerable and really be yourself. There's a Gaelic word also, Hanakara, soul friends. And that's very similar to the Swedish word of Huga. Being with a friend that is so deep and rich and close to you that you can show your soul. You can share your essence with them without feeling as though you're criticized or judged, that you have to be or do something more. And so in this winter time, there is that lesson of feeling tucked in, of feeling as though it's a time to be with your soul friend. And when winter comes, we have a tendency, just like nature, to sort of go within and hibernate, to turn within, and to meet that deeper, richer soulmate, the one that lives at the center of you, that peaceful essence that is who you are. And winter calls us to that. There's the line that I want to share with you that really spoke to me. It's by Hugh Macmillan, written in The Ministry of Nature of 1871. It says, "Nature looks dead in winter because her life is gathered into her heart. She withers the plant down to the root so that she may grow it fairer and stronger. So that's what winter calls to us. To move ourselves down to the very bare roots and explore the essence of who we are. So by doing that, by going to our very roots, we're able to become fairer and stronger, more in alignment with spirit. Winter's a time to reflect and dwell on that is. In the silence, in that same kind of magical silence, you know, that happens when the snow first comes and it's pristine. And there is such a magnified quiet about it. So going within the self in that same spirit of deep, rich, powerful silence and getting to know our soul friend. We have such a tendency, I don't know about you, to move around and look for that latest and most interesting, powerful, inspiring doodah that's out there. The new thought, whatchamacallit, that's going to give us enlightenment, that's going to give us enrichment, that's going to give us nirvana. And so we look around, we look outside ourselves for inspiration, when in fact, nobody can give it to us. Nobody can feed us inspiration. Nobody can feed us our spirituality. We have to go within, into that still, quiet space where we connect with all that is. The ground of all being. The place that we came from originally. You can use whatever language you want to use. It's who we are at the deepest level, connected to all that is. And in that winter time is the time for us to go inside and to connect with that we are. That inspires us. Just like Gandhi says, we are the peace that we're seeking. We are also the inspiration that we're seeking. It can't come from anywhere else. It must come from within. There's another writing. I have no idea where it came from. None. But it speaks to me, and I want to share with you. And it talks about what it is that we can do during this quiet winter time when all of nature is resting, putting down roots, gaining energy. It goes like this. And so we go into our sacred spaces to retrieve what we laid down in our haste to mold to this world. We go into the sacred places to recall what it is that we think we forgot. To realize that we already know. We go into our sacred spaces to remind us who we are. And winter is the time for us to go into our sacred place, to remember the truth of who we are, to not be distracted by the next thing, the busyness, the chatter, the television, the voicemails. Not to be distracted, but to just come to that sacred, quiet place. That place of who God. To be with the one in that deeper, richer way. To go within. To explore. To be the light within. And so when it's very dark outside, knowing that the darkness is helpless against the light. And when you bring your light into your life in that sacred, powerful way, that's where the inspiration comes from. That's where we are with ourselves on the deepest, richest, most powerful level. When we're vulnerable to ourselves. When we stop exploring what's out there and begin exploring what's in here. We're teaching and talking about the meditation class. And the week meditation is about listening. And that's what the winter quiet calls us to do. To listen on that deep, deep level. So I'm going to be silent for just a minute. And I invite you to just listen. And listen to the richness. Listen to the power of the quiet. Listen to your heart. And from that deep practice of listening comes all of the inspiration you need, all of the guidance and the direction that you need. So in this time of winter, when we're quiet and we're listening and we're turned within, that voice that directs you, that gives you inspiration, has an opportunity to break through all of the clutter and the clatter and the noise and speak to you. And so that's the place to come to in winter. That's the sacred calling of winter. And when the darkness comes, as, oh my goodness, it seems to be headed our way, we can go within and know that the light is helpless against the darkness. So I wish you all a lovely, lovely winter, filled with inspiration and joy and deep friendship with the divine. I would invite the practitioners and minister, hold the consciousness and pray. So I just want to acknowledge our practitioners also. Yay for the practitioners. They hold the heart of the church. They hold the heart of this community. There's a prayer box over here, and you may put your prayer request in and know that right after the service, they're going to go in the back room and pray over those prayer requests. And they'll hold you in prayer for a whole week. And if you would like, you may meet with one of them after the service on a brief 5 minutes one-on-one tune-up, or you can call and make an appointment with them later. But I just want to acknowledge each one of them for their powerful consciousness. Thank you so much. So join me. I turn within and move into that place in that space where my loving, sacred companion dwells. I allow myself to be open, vulnerable to the wisdom, the clarity that I gently hear whispering in my heart. I allow my spirit, my soul, my essence to be filled with that divine light that resists the darkness, that illuminates the darkness and brings peace and harmony and healing to the dark places. I celebrate the awareness of spirit right here in this room on that deep, rich, full level that occurs when two or more are gathered. I know that there is nothing to be healed, only more to be revealed. Health, wellness, joy, peace, harmony, to be revealed effortlessly. And in the quiet, in the sanctity of my own essence, in the hibernation of my own spirit, I allow that divine essence, the ground of all being, to be at work. And because I am one with all that is, as I know that for myself, I know it for everyone here, that divine essence is loving and supportive and caring and holding you with gentle love, tenderness. You are the beloved. You are the special one because you are that unique expression of God. I know that nothing can resist the goodness and the love and the peace and the harmony of God. So I allow myself to get out of the way. I allow myself to be touched, to be supported and guided by the divine. Any belief that I have otherwise has no power. It's an illusion. And so in gratitude, as I've seen it, as I've felt it, as I've spoken it, I just allow it to be in that essence that I call the law, the part of the universe that cannot deny me, cannot deny you. It cannot be otherwise. I place my word into that space and step away knowing that it is done at this moment fully and richly. And I am so grateful for it, and I claim it, and I invite you to claim it as we say together. And